Hi and welcome back to the Nerd Shelves. I'm Judy.
And I'm Michael.
We got something special today.
Something very special.
Trails!
Yay! We have Trails, which was sent to us by Keymaster Games.
Keymaster Games.
Yes, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, but today, I mean, as you can see, it's still in shrink. We haven't even looked inside yet.
Shiny.
Yeah, but one thing we were very, very curious about is how does Trails differ from Parks? Yeah. So we are going to take a look at Trails and compare it to Parks and see what the difference is.
Yes.
Yes, so first we're just going to talk about our first impressions.
Yes.
We're going to open up Trails and then compare the components and what's inside the box compared to Parks in this first edition of Trails versus Parks. Check the timestamps in the description to skip ahead to where we compare Trails to Parks.
All right. So.
Hey.
Oh. Where's the knife?
Right here. I have it.
Don't. You got it.
It always scares me when you open it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's a small box.
It is a small box, exactly.
You'll be really fast.
It was really fast, and I just did it. All right, so first what we need to do is we need to take a look inside Trails and see what it has to offer. So, are you ready? This is exciting.
Super exciting.
Come on. There we go.
Everything's rattling.
Okay, so what do we have? Well, there's not a lot in here, that's for sure. But let's take a look. You want to start with these?
Yes.
Okay, let's start with the little blocks of components. Yeah. Okay. So, here are the hikers. Let's take a look at that first. Okay, what do we have? Oh, that's a bear. And a couple of little hikers. They're so cute. So there's only one per player color.
Okay, so it's not a wooden token, but print out the hiker. It's actually
cut out.
Can I see?
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
actually cut out a shape of a hiker.
Cool. And a bear.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Bear, run! Sorry. I love it.
Okay, yeah, those are very, very cool. And
I love it.
Then there are different cubes.
Yes.
So we've got brown cubes. Yep, they are wooden, which is nice.
Feels
Brown
light,
cubes.
eh?
Are they? Yeah. And then very earthy, almost mossy green.
It's like matcha flavor and chocolate flavor.
There you go. Yep, exactly. Green tea and chocolate. There you go.
What's this one gonna be?
And then the last one, well, it seems how the bag's see-through.
We have matcha, chocolate, and this one will be, I don't know, what is gray?
I don't know. Cool.
Use your imagination and tell us.
Yeah, 3 colors of gray cubes. And we have a die.
A wooden die.
Yeah. That's different, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got different, what pictures on it?
So it has, let's see here. It's got a
I see
bear.
bear, yeah.
It has a leaf.
Okay.
It has,
Picture.
that looks like a park, maybe?
Yeah,
A park
like
card
taking
or something.
picture.
And an acorn.
Uh-huh.
And then that has some dice.
Interesting.
Cool. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then here are the trail cards.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. Yeah. Same art style, which looks very, very... Oh, that one's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have the trail cards. There is no trail head or...
I'm gonna steal this one.
Okay.
They have those pictures at the bottom and those pictures on top, but not all of them have.
No, not all of them.
And their
there
player count, and there are some arrows showing you.
And they are two-sided.
Yes.
Very cool.
Oh, for 3 and 4 player to side.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. So this game plays 2 to 4 players, 20 to 40 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then...
You need a knife.
No, I do not need a knife.
Just cut it.
No, I do not cut my cards. Judy loves opening cards with knives. But they have these, see, they've got the little strings there.
A ninja style.
Ninja style. Exactly. Here, do you want to take half?
Sure.
Okay, now what do we have? Okay, so
Ooh, I like
all the backs are the same.
The material is very nice.
Yeah, it is very nice, isn't it? They're actually different. So they've
pictures, round and rectangle.
Yeah, so those are probably for different piles. We don't know what they are yet. And different, so they probably have like season cards or something like that in parks.
Oh, I got a birdie.
But the art is very similar. I love it. I love the art in this game.
I know. This forest one is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. So Compass, yeah. So those are the cards that come in Trails.
I'm not giving you. I'm going to admire a little longer.
Okay.
Oh, this one has more. Wow. Okay, I'm just joking.
I know.
I wouldn't take too long.
What else do we have?
Baggies.
Yep.
And postcard. Nope. Yes.
Yeah,
nope.
just a postcard.
You know what? You can frame it. It's so pretty.
Yeah, we could frame that and put it up on the wall.
Yeah, so pretty.
Very cool.
Is that a rule book that Michael is about to read? Yes, it is.
Exactly. That's my rule book. Yeah, so let's take a look at it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, there's a picture. That helps me.
Yeah, exactly. So not too thick, not too bad.
It looks... Well, I can't say it because you're the one reading.
Yeah.
It looks straightforward.
It does look straightforward. Absolutely. And, some punch-outs.
Yes.
Which parks did not come with.
There you go. The big one.
Yeah. Good quality, nice thick cardboard.
Yes.
Very cool.
There's a bird.
Most scores, it says. There you go.
Okay, the canteen is different pattern here. I don't know why.
Maybe for different players?
We will find out.
We will find out, exactly. We're just looking at the components today.
Anything else? No?
And a nice, beautiful box.
Could be a dice tray.
Could be a dice tray.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a hiking picture.
Yeah.
It's like a shadow box.
Yeah, it is. It is like a shadow box. That's
exactly,
great. I love it. So that's the unboxing of Trails and the components that are inside.
What do you think?
Well, do you want to compare it to Parks?
Yes.
Okay, let's compare it to Parks. Okay, so the first thing I noticed...
The size?
Besides the size is the first thing I noticed. But the first major difference I noticed is, now, one thing I absolutely love about Parks, and this is my one, like, literally my favorite thing about this game.
Yes.
Is...
The insert.
Absolutely. The inserts. These are fantastic. Everything fits so perfectly in the box, and I just think it's so perfect, and I love it. And I love that all of the components fit in these little trays, and then you can just put those right on the board. It's so easy, so convenient, and I love it. Trails comes with baggies.
Because there's not a lot of...
There's not a lot.
Yeah, little stuff, right?
But that is the very first thing I noticed, right, was that there is not an insert. Everything just goes in bags. And you're right. It is. There's a lot less.
So...
Right?
Probably one bag for the big one and those little thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Now, something else I noticed is the size of the trails.
Yeah.
Right? Look at here is one trail card, and look at the size difference. So that's very different as well.
Very different. But there is the park picture, isn't it? So actually, I was thinking this is more of those.
It looks more like that, doesn't it?
It's like combination of the cards and the trail.
Yeah, it is almost a combination of that, isn't it? Yeah. And I think in Trails, I mean, I haven't played it yet, but the trail is more the most part of the game, whereas in Parks, you've got the trail, the path, but then you have all the other bits that go along with it. So
you go visit the park.
That's right.
But this one is trail, so you're walking on the trail.
I guess so.
So they give you the picture on the trail already.
So the art looks, I mean, it's not the same, but it's the same style. It's very similar. Just that the trail is much bigger than the Parks trail. Okay. Now, do you want to compare the hikers?
Yes. I am very exciting for this one, actually.
They're pretty neat, aren't they?
Very.
So like Judy said earlier, the hikers in Parks, they're just printed.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Yep, that was the first thing you noticed, yep. But these are actually cut out.
And the bear is part of it.
And a bear is part of it. Yeah.
Hey.
Exactly. So I think that I prefer the trail hikers better than the parks hikers.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yep. What do you think?
I don't know. It doesn't really affect much, I guess. But this
who knows?
is very delicate.
They look more delicate. Yep.
Very delicate.
We haven't played with them, so maybe these do move easier. I don't know. But I'm talking strictly first impressions. I prefer these ones.
Yeah, that's definitely cooler.
And I prefer the colors of those ones too.
Oh, really?
They're earthy. They're earthy colors. They're just like the moss greens and browns and whites and grays. I prefer that.
Very nature.
Nature. Very natural.
Nature theme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's +1 for trails.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's right. And I like the bigger trail cards. So there are a couple bonuses for trails for sure.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't have this beautiful insert that I love so much. Right?
I love the bear, though. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
the bear's pretty cool. But there are bears in
Yes.
Parks has these wild resources.
Oh, being
Right?
said,
Like the moose.
if there is only bear instead of all the animals, I wonder how it play.
I don't know. Now, the not having the insert is a big minus for me. And there's one more minus for trails. It does not have all of these beautiful park cards.
You know what? That's actually a plus for me.
Really?
I like how they combine the picture and those the ability, what
Yep.
you do there. I like how they mix it together.
Okay. So you prefer having the pictures on the trail cards?
Yes. And
Okay.
they are good quality, right? Cardboard.
Very good quality. And double-sided.
Yeah. So if you have 3 or 4,
Okay.
like more friends come over, you just turn it to the other side.
Fair enough.
This part, I like it better
Okay.
on trails.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I prefer this better only because you get a lot more, and every time you play the game, you get to see so many different ones.
That's true.
That's what I like. But fair enough. You like having these pictures right on the trail cards.
Yeah.
Cool.
Again, this is just first impression, right?
Yep.
After we know how I play, who knows?
Who knows? Exactly.
Right now, I'm liking these cards. They're so cool.
Okay, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, I'm wondering, I don't know if this bear is the first player marker or not,
I don't know.
but I do have to say that another bonus for me is in Parks, this first player marker is incredible. It's a metal
It's a Scouts.
Scouts badge, or,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it's actually Scouts, but,
think so.
you know, it's like that type of badge.
Yeah.
And I think that's incredible, and it's metal, right? And so I don't know if that's what that is, but this is a plus for me in Parks.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, we don't roll dice in parks.
No, there are no dice in Parks.
So I'm very curious what this one's
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. And that's neat too. Something different.
Especially the pine cone. Are you
The
gonna
acorn.
pick? Oh,
Yeah.
acorn. Are you gonna pick an acorn
I don't know.
on the trail?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Right? We don't know what it's for
Very
yet.
interesting.
Yeah. And another thing that I'm really curious about, and I don't really know what they're for, are what all of the cards are for.
Yes.
But again, we're only talking about first impressions here.
Yes.
They seem very similar to me to the Parks. Right? The art looks similar and the iconography
The
looks
year
similar.
card.
The year cards, the
Yeah.
season cards, the canteens, all of those, right? So they look similar.
Although they're small. Yeah, they're small. So
They're the same size.
do you play with them? Or they just show up one of them?
I don't know. We don't know yet. We're only looking at first impressions right now.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so that's very similar to me. Right? But there's a lot more in Parks because there's 2 different decks. There's canteens and gear
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of other things.
Yes, yes.
So my first impression is, and I think we already knew this, Trails looks like it's very similar to Parks, but it's missing a lot of its meatiness. And it just looks like the baby brother to Parks.
It's a play along, right?
Yeah.
So by itself.
It's a standalone game. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not an expansion. It's by itself.
Yeah. I think this would probably be, we already talked about how
We
easy
love
it is
parks.
to bring parks,
Yeah.
to travel, to
Yeah.
camping and all that.
Yep.
This might be even easier,
Yeah. The box size is definitely smaller.
right?
Yeah. What are your first impressions?
I find it interesting. I'm very I'm really very intrigued by those cards.
You are. You love those trail cards,
Yes.
don't you?
But I don't know why there are two different back and so many cards. So I'm very curious. I want to get my hands on it and
Yes, me too.
play. Yes, and those guys, they're big.
Yeah.
The icons are big. So why small cards and big icons?
Who knows?
I am very curious, and I do want to try it out and come back and let you know.
Yeah, we are intrigued. That's why we did this video this way, is because
Yes.
we wanted to. We didn't want to know anything about trails. We wanted this to be 100% first impressions.
Yes.
And I think we have a really good idea of what our first impressions are.
Yes.
And yeah, there are differences, but there are also similarities.
Yes, and I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I agree. Absolutely.
So we will come back again, make number 2.
Yeah, part 2 will be trails versus parks after we learn how to play it and our final thoughts.
Yes, final thoughts.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned and go ahead and get another game off of your nerd shelves.
Take care.
Bye.